Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to Artful Manifesting. In today's reading, you get to decide the topic. What I'd like you to do is ask a question. Make sure it's not a yes or no question, but an open-ended question. So, for example, let's say you are looking for a new place to live. Rather than asking if the place you're currently looking at is the right place, ask something more like, what is the best way for me to find the best place for me to live? What path can I take to find the best place for me to live? Or if you are looking for a job, rather than asking, will I get this job or will I get a job soon? Ask, how can I get the best job for me? So ask a very positive, open-ended question so that you can get the best answer that's going to serve you to your highest good. All right. So first, to help us decide which reading will be best for you once you have that question. And if you need to, you can pause the video while you think of your question. The next thing you can do is invite your ancestors, loved ones, guardian angels, or, if none of that resonates, just invite in energies that are there to serve your highest good, to come and assist you in interpreting the message that I give you and that you see in the cards. All right, so let's draw some cards. Actually, I filled this one. This one. And this one. All right, so for the first pile, we have snake. And above snake, I have the stone peach agate, if you like to choose with stones. All right, for the second pile, we have environment. And the stone that goes with that card is lepidolite. And the third and final card is crystal. You know what, I'm going to scoot these over just a bit. And the stone that goes with the crystal card is porcelain jasper. All right. So let your intuition be your guide, and you will find a link to your reading in the description box below. Hello, pile number one. Welcome to your reading. You chose the stone peach agate, which speaks of transformation, healing, acceptance, as well as positive financial luck. And you also chose the card snake, which also speaks of transformation and maybe receiving information. The S, immediately when I pulled this card, the sense that I got was, the dollar sign plus it's green. So perhaps that has something to do with your question. So let's draw some cards and see what more information we can get about your question, your situation, and how you can advance in that area, how you can make progress in whatever area you are seeking guidance on. If you hear any noise in the background, that's my dog or dogs. I do have more than one. All right, let's see what we have. 8 of water, a desire to move on, the search for something more meaningful, spiritual, and emotional growth. We also have 9 of fire. Don't give up. Protect that which you've created. Protect that which you've created. Have courage and believe in yourself. All right, we have life experience. Archangel Shamael. A significant life event. A powerful revelation that leads to change. Time to spread your wings. And 7 of fire. Defend your beliefs and decisions. Stand your ground. Choose your battles wisely. So already I see we have 2 dragons, which are also about transformation. So I am sensing that there is some sort of transformation happening, taking place. All right, let's draw a couple more cards. We'll draw 2 from this oracle deck and 2 from another and see what further guidance information we can get regarding your situation, your question. All right, we have the elephant spirit, learn from the past. Parrot spirit, watch your words. Of course, we know parrots repeat things, so already there is a message of be careful what you say and who you say it to, because there is a potential for your words to be repeated. Also, I'm getting a sense of the energy that you put out is going to come back to you. All right, let's draw a couple more cards from this deck. What message does pile number 1 need to give them guidance on their current situation? We have Medicine Mother, honor your inner knowing. And Lord, take charge with authority. Okay, I love the way the cards come out and how they collaboratively bring messages to us. So the 8 of water, as I already read to you, is about a desire to move on. And what I'm seeing is that many of you are in some kind of situation or experiencing an energy that feels stuck, maybe even like being controlled or trapped or restricted. Like there's something that you want to do, but circumstances and energies around you are preventing you from doing that, and it can feel very frustrating or disheartening, discouraging. So perhaps there is something that you want to pursue, And maybe you've even started to pursue this. And like with anything, the path is not always, or usually, isn't a straight path from A to B. When we start a journey, there are things that come up along the way. It does not matter what the goal is, we have to be adaptable and adjust and learn and grow as we move towards that which we want to manifest or that which we desire, whether it is a state of being or a physical manifestation. There's always some kind of change in direction, adapting, learning that goes on in that process. And so I feel like maybe something has happened that has possibly discouraged you, or other people around you may be pointing to it as justification for you to not continue on this path. So we have, besides the 8 of water, a desire to move on. We also have the elephant spirit, learn from the past, which, that just speaks for itself. If you, let's say you want to do something like learn how to play basketball. You pick up the ball, you throw, and you miss because it was a little bit far to the right. Do you quit, trying to make a basket at that point? Or do you adjust your stance and your aim and try to hit the target this time, And that's kind of the sense that I'm getting, is that you don't want to give up too quickly. We even have in the 9 of fire, don't give up. Protect that which you've created. So again, I do feel that for many of you, this is something that you've already started to work on. And underneath the parrot spirit, watch your words. Of course, we never want to say anything we don't want others to repeat, but also watch your words is about what words are you saying to yourself? Are you parroting what others have told you? So for example, with the example of the basketball, and this is just an example, do you want to listen to somebody who says, just put the ball down, you're never going to make it? That's a waste of time. Or that's not a worthy thing to do. And let me just tell you right now that Spirit wants you to know that whatever your interest is that you've been pursuing or thinking about pursuing, it absolutely 100% is worthy. It is a worthy pursuit. That desire wasn't put there in you for you to ignore. It absolutely is a worthy pursuit. And so watch your words is, what are you telling yourself? So what you want to perhaps change is that self-talk and understanding your intuition versus the habitual learned phrases, responses that we have acquired from our environment, from those around us, from our culture, from our family, from our friends, from our coworkers. If that comes up in your mind, just remember that our thoughts aren't us. And many of the thoughts that come into our mind are parroting words of what others have said. It's not coming from Spirit. So, we have elephant, learn from your past. Okay, so you threw the basketball, you missed. you adjust, right? Because you do want to be the best, whatever it is that you're pursuing. And so you're going to make adjustments and try again. Don't give up, and make sure that you aren't parroting somebody else's beliefs or words. And of course, they may not necessarily be doing this maliciously. They have the best of intentions. They just don't want to see you get disappointed, or they are overlaying their own experiences and beliefs onto you. And there's no guarantee that, whoever's beliefs or words that may rise up in your mind during these times, that person has all the answers, right? They may be working through their own issues. So you really want to trust your intuition. We have this card in this deck. This card is a major arcana. It's the Tower, where these other cards are suit cards. We have water, which is cups, fire, which is wands, and another fire, which is wands. But 16, life experience, Archangel Shamael, is like the Tower. In fact, we see a little tower here in the back. And so I think this could be several things. Because it's coming up in the guidance position, I think for many of you, what it is it's guiding you to make a quick change, to not procrastinate this pursuit or whatever it is. You are being guided to release this belief, this self-talk that is holding you back from pursuing whatever it is that you want to pursue, and to start that pursuit. Take a step today. If that, something, even if it's symbolic, like looking something up, so we'll continue with the basketball example. Maybe you do a YouTube video or a Google search of how do I stand correctly to shoot a basket. Sometimes just watching others do whatever it is that you want to do helps your brain, your mind, and your body to understand what it needs to do and how it can do it. But Archangel Shamael also speaks to you through your intuition. And so it's so interesting that underneath that card is Medicine Mother, honor your inner knowing. So it is your intuition, your inner knowing, that is going to best guide you in whatever this pursuit is. And your angels, guides, and specifically Archangel Shamael want you to know is that voice, that feeling, that's the true feeling that's going to serve your highest good, as opposed to parroting words or beliefs that have been imposed on us. And these may have served us for a while, but now you are at a point that you are growing beyond that. And that is the whole point of our life, is to continuously expand. Life is unfolding. You continue to evolve and grow and learn and continue to rise. It's never going to reach a stopping point. And so this is the point to let go of something that's no longer serving you and to pursue that which you desire and rise up to it. If you're having difficulty distinguishing between your inner voice, your intuition, and kind of what's ingrained in you, then let's say you have to make a choice between staying in a certain situation, whatever that is, or getting out of that situation, moving away from that situation. or taking this path or that path, and you're not sure which one is the right one for you. You have, people or beliefs telling you that this is something, but then you have this other thing that makes you think this is what you want to do, and you're having trouble deciding which it is. A simple test to do is to flip a coin or roll dice, make it odds and evens, and say, okay, if it's an odd number, then I'm going to go this way on the path. If it's an even number, I'm going to go this way. Or heads, it's this way. Tails, it's this way. All right? Flip it, roll the dice, and notice your first reaction to how it lands. So let's say you flip a coin. Heads, you go this way. Tails, you go that way. You flip the coin, it's heads, and you feel excited or relieved or happy, then that is confirmation that that is the correct choice. However, if you flip it, let's say you get tails, which means you go this way, and what you feel is burdened, disappointed, heavy. It can be an emotional kind of feeling, or it can be a physical feeling, a lump in your throat, something in your stomach, just a heaviness. Then that is your intuition and coming through, telling you that's not the right path. So you don't have to choose the path based on what the coin says, heads or tails. If you get tails and it says to go this way and you feel disappointed, the point of using the coin isn't to determine the direction, but to help you distinguish which is your intuition and which is sort of that ingrained, learned, parroting belief or words. So use it as a tool to help you understand which is your intuition and which is a learned belief, and follow your intuition. So it could be that this tower moment is you making the decision to follow your intuition and then acting on that. Or it could be, I feel like for less of you, it's this, that it would be kind of the universe forcing your hand, making things more uncomfortable and frustrating until you finally move away from that energy and go towards the path that you want to follow, the path that's going to fulfill you and help you to grow and be more creative and happy. So hopefully most of you make the choice on your own, which I do feel that most of you will make that choice on your own. I see that for you. And then the outcome will be that you will be better at setting healthy boundaries for yourself, with others, and with yourself. And you will feel more powerful and empowered. You will feel more grounded and centered, because your energy will be in alignment with your true divine path. You will be more connected to the earth. And though you can walk around unlike a tree, your energetic roots will run deeper, which will create more stability in you. And you will, like the Lord, be able to control your life with more authority. And control's maybe not the right word, but you will feel more in control of yourself, and you will feel more regulated with yourself and your emotions, and you will it says take charge with authority. You will You will be steering your ship. Now, you can't control the waves of the ocean, but you can control how you respond to it. And that's what I see as the outcome of you making the choice to follow this path. For some of you, it will be more resourceful, producing abundance for you to follow this path, which is why we have here this stone. It's interesting because this stone says all of it. It's about self-acceptance. It's about overcoming obstacles and healing and transforming. And so what I see is that through all of this, you'll be healing something, you'll be transforming, you'll be emerging this higher version of yourself and continue to grow and bloom and blossom, which is bound to have a positive impact on your finances, which this stone is helpful for finances. It's like good luck in financial situations. So, and you know, snakes shed their skin, they emerge new, and that's what I see happening with you. And again, this is the peach agate. If you feel like that might help you facilitate this change, it also helps to ease the change. This stone is an ally when you do want to make a change in your life, because change can be uncomfortable. This stone helps to make that transition, that transformation gentler. So just, you know, again, trust your intuition. Your guidance is that you will be so happy and fulfilled and content, even if you have to learn new things on the way, which we all go through that. We never have all the answers. That's not the point of life. But you will be more fulfilled. You will be guiding your ship, and you will soar. You will be so much happier that you are following your path instead of somebody else's path or another belief system that you feel is right, because what's right for you is following your intuition. So I hope that helps. I hope that that makes sense for the question that you have in mind. It feels really amazing. You have a great confirmation from your spirit guides, loved ones, ancestors. They are all supporting you. Archangel Shamael, your guardian angel, they all want you to be happy and fulfilled and to follow your desires, your dreams, which is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I hope that is a positive confirmation for a path that you are already on. Thank you so much. If you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe. That really helps me to know that the messages resonate and encourages me to keep providing content for you. Have a blessed, wonderful journey. Bye. Hello, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. You chose the stone lepidolite as well as the card environment. And lepidolite is about harmonizing body, mind, and spirit. It helps to bring balance and stability, and kind of helps to increase inner wisdom and connection to the higher realms. So we'll see what that, along with the energy of the card environment, has to do with your question. And I do invite you to connect to your own spirit guides, angels, ancestors, passed on loved ones, whatever you feel comfortable with. And if none of that feels comfortable, then just connect with the energy that wants to bring you the highest good. Which energy serves your highest good? And allow that to assist you when looking at the cards and hearing what I say, to incorporate how that applies to the question that you have. All right, let's get started. I'm going to draw some cards from this deck, Angel Tarot deck. Ooh, some already jumped out. And of course, as always, if you're new to the channel, you may not know this, I do put the names of all the cards that I use. Wow, the cards there's a lot of energy in the cards right now. I feel like you definitely connected to your guides or angels, and they are ready to talk to you. Lots of energy. All right, let's see what we have. Renewal. Archangel Jeremiah. Review and evaluate a favorable assessment of the facts. Time to move in a new direction. All right. We also have 10 of Air. The end of a difficult situation. Embrace the change. And expect things to get better now. Recovering from an addiction. And remember, we can be addicted to all kinds of things, not just substances, sugar, but also beliefs, thought patterns, habits, right? 3 of Earth. The power of creativity. Recognition for very high quality work. Be a team player. And 6 of Fire. Victory. Good news is on its way. Public recognition or awards. That's a wonderful card to end with. Very nice. All right, I mean, I already see balance. I mentioned that this stone helps to facilitate balance, and I see balance in the fact that we have air, earth, and fire. Very nice. I only drew 4 cards. This one is Major Arcana, but there is water in this picture, so we really have all 4 elements. Really interesting. Okay, let's get a couple of cards from this oracle deck and see what message comes through pertaining to your question. What's the best course of action for your highest good in this situation? All right, we have Dove Spirit, be peace. And Elephant Spirit, learn from the past. This came out in pile number 1. And you know, when I shuffle the cards, I put them in different places in the deck, and I shuffle in between readings as well as on camera. So it's always interesting when the same cards come out. All right, let's get a couple of cards from this deck as well. Yeah, I really feel your guides, whoever you called forward, they really want to speak to you. Elder, move beyond ancestral patterns. And Stag, trust and thrive. What catches my mind immediately is these three swirls back here behind the deer. In the traditional tarot deck, which this is an oracle deck, but in the traditional tarot deck, the Three of Pentacles has 3 pentacles in this arrangement, and that's what popped up in my mind, which you do have the 3 of Earth, and in this deck, that is the 3 of Pentacles. So we will see how that plays into your reading. Okay, there's definitely a message of expanding your circle. We have here environment, and of course that can mean a lot of things. But we see these rings, right, coming out. And so there's this idea of moving from the self to others. And I think that's what this 3 of Earth and the symbols that I saw behind the stag, which are like the 3 of Pentacles, is speaking of. Not necessarily working with others to create something, but finding a community where you can share your creativity in a way that it is supported by others. Maybe, finding your tribe, like-minded people, a community of people that have similar expressions and desires. So for example, let's say, well, before I get to that, let me talk about this renewal and 10 of air. The renewal is like the judgment card in traditional decks. So it's about bringing balance to a situation. And the 10 of air is the end of a difficult situation. So let's just use the example that's on the card, recovering from an addiction. Of course, it doesn't mean everybody listening now is recovering from an addiction. I'm just using this as an example. It can, while you might meet people along the way in recovery in different kinds of support groups, they may not be your permanent, vibe tribe. They were there to support you in a transitional time, and it was needed because perhaps the people that you spent the most time with aren't in recovery, and they're still partaking in thought patterns and or behaviors that you are now leaving behind. And so you've outgrown those relationships. Those energies don't resonate with you anymore, and you're moving beyond that. So there may have been this period of isolation. For others, it may actually be a physical moving, from one city to another kind of situation. But for many of you, what I'm sensing is that you've let go of something that no longer served you, and along with that, maybe some people, some relationships, right? And you needed this time of peace, this time of finding harmony within yourself, right? To get in alignment with what you needed to serve you best, to your highest good. And of course, that's great. We all are constantly changing and evolving. And you, of course, want to learn from the past. You don't want to necessarily go back to people, places, situations that are going to activate that kind of thought pattern or energy. or behavior that you are, leaving behind. Maybe, and again, this is just an example, maybe as part of your recovery, you found a new muse. You maybe reconnected with something that you had let go of. And I'll just use the example of visual arts. Let's say you began drawing and painting or creating some kind of visual art uh, as a means to process and explore things during this transitional period. But what you have discovered is that you love this art making. And so perhaps the Three of Earth and this stag, Trust and Thrive, is about finding a community that matches this new vibration that you are resounding, right? Finding your tribe that resonates with you. So if you're, for example, a visual artist, or that's something you've been working on and pursuing, then perhaps you find a community of visual artists, not necessarily to create something with them, although you could, that might be something in the future. What I see more as is a supportive community that resonates with you. And what's going to happen is it's just like if somebody sings, makes a sound, right? They sing the letter A, and somebody matches it, that vibration gets stronger. So finding like-minded people, that's going to increase your creativity. It's going to expand your art, whatever it is. And of course, I'm only using art as an example. I know not everybody listening is an artist. It's just an example, but it's going to amplify that creativity, and you're going to make connections and expand your reach, right? So I'm not sure what your question is, but what I'm sensing is that you're now ready to move beyond this self and start to go out into the world with whatever this energy is that you have now, this next level that you have reached. You're now ready, and you're being guided and encouraged to find others that are also in that kind of creative space, so that you can learn from them. Maybe what you learn is, I'm going to keep with the example of visual arts, is a gallery or an art exhibition that you can show your artwork at. And with each little step that you take, it's just going to keep growing. You're going to keep learning. You're going to keep learning at each experience as you do this. So you're moving away from whatever this energy is. And I feel for most of you, it's in the past, and you've already gone through this transformation. And now you're ready to spread your wings and fly. So in addition to the dove, we also have this butterfly here. You are ready to try out these new wings and see what they are capable of. See what you are capable of. And, don't be discouraged with, look, for example, if you are a visual artist, and you have an exhibition, maybe you don't sell anything. That's okay. It was still a learning experience. You still got out there, you still met people, and maybe in the process, another opportunity for another show comes, or you find another avenue to expand. So maybe you had an exhibition at a brick and mortar gallery, you didn't sell anything, but perhaps you meet an artist who says, oh, what I do is I make prints and I sell them on Etsy or online, or in these card shops or whatever. You're going to get some information each time that you allow yourself to go out into the community. Each time that you put yourself out there, you're going to be gaining knowledge, information, experiences that are going to allow you to keep expanding, and you're going to be making connections. So there may be, for some of you, even a fear of connecting with others because of something that happened in the past. And for some of you, it may not even be a direct thing that happened in the past, but it could be some kind of ancestral patterns, cultural beliefs, things that you inherited in your blood and bones, in your DNA, or things that were modeled for you. And so Spirit is encouraging you to move beyond that and expand yourself in a way where others can see you. And if you trust that process, you trust the universe, put yourself out there, trust it, you are going to thrive, which is amazing. And so that's what I think these, spirals are referring to, is the connectedness and what you will gain as a result of these connections that you will be making. And of course, we have the Six of Fire, which is victory. Good news is on its way, public recognition or awards. So again, putting yourself out there. And for some of you, you may sell some artwork at that first exhibition if you're an artist. And of course, that's just an example. It could be any kind of endeavor, depending on your situation, what your question was. It can be anything, but if you go out there and meet like-minded people, find a community that vibes with you, then it's only going to help to elevate you, and you will continue to grow and level up. And recognize also that you already have accomplished a lot. You have already accomplished a lot by letting go of whatever this energy was that you let go of, by going through this transformation. Maybe you had to cocoon, and I mean, this even kind of looks like a cocoon to me, but it looks like it's opening, right? Maybe you had to go through a period where you were isolated and you had to cocoon yourself in order to go through this transformation or this healing process. But now you have emerged. Now you're ready to fly. And so celebrate that as well. Celebrate all that distance that you have made, all that you have overcome, all that you have transformed or healed, and celebrate it, recognize it. Make sure that you take time to celebrate these things. And so in addition to you being celebrated by others, there is a message to also recognize and celebrate yourself for what you have accomplished, and to trust that the universe has your back. The universe is working for you. Opportunities are coming your way. Just go out there and meet people and keep working towards that which you desire, that which fulfills you and feeds your soul. And it will keep leading you to, more and more opportunities, new paths, and you will just flourish, which is amazing. What a beautiful energy I'm getting from this reading. I'm so happy for you. And I just want to say congratulations on this transformation, because not everybody does that in their lifetime. Not everybody is able to move beyond ancestral patterns, or, whether it's a thought pattern, a belief, or an actual addiction, a difficult situation. Not everybody is able to embrace that change and move beyond it, but you are doing that, or you have done that. So congratulations to you. And what I see is things are just going to keep getting better and better. So that is wonderful. So happy for you. Congratulations. Wishing you the best. That is your message. I hope that it resonated. And if it did, please like and subscribe, make a comment, let me know. That's that helps me. It encourages me to keep providing content for you, and it lets me know that these messages are resonating with you. Congratulations. Bye. Hello, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. You chose the card Crystal, as well as this porcelain jasper. So with the crystals, we see in this card already that this particular crystal in the picture has multiple sides. It's multiple faceted, so I feel like your question could have complexities to it, different things to take into consideration, and or different outcomes as a result of whatever path you choose, whatever actions you choose to take to move forward in this respect. And the porcelain jasper promotes stability, safety. It encourages calm and nurturing energy. So we will see how those two things relate to the rest of the message that comes through. I invite you to connect with your own guides and, passed on loved ones, ancestors, guardian angels, to help you see in the cards that I show you something that may be a clue as to what actions to take or not take in reference to your question, and to just open up your senses to receive whatever it is that you need to hear. Remember, this is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest for others. All right. I do put the names of the cards in the description box below in case that's something you're interested in. All right. So first we have unity, Archangel Sandalphon, traditional viewpoints or methods, spiritual organizations, seek out mentors and like-minded friends. Awakening, Archangel Gabriel, look at things from a different perspective, a temporary standstill. It's important to be yourself. Already, these two cards seem to go along with the crystal card. It's so amazing how the cards work together to bring you your message. King of Air, brilliant, impartial, professional, diplomatic. Speak your mind with confidence, seek out professional advice, balance mental and emotional considerations. Amazing. And 5 of Air. So in this deck, air is like swords, and the unity and awakening are major arcana cards. So you have 2 major arcana cards right off the bat. All right, let's get some more cards. I'm going to draw a couple from this oracle deck. See what other information we can get to help you decode your path, your action, your advice on your question. Porcupine Spirit, time for beginner mind. And Wolf Spirit, turn knowledge into wisdom. Very interesting. All right, I'm going to draw a couple of cards from this oracle deck. What does pile number 3 need to know about their question? Oh, we got 2 cards. We got the Sun, enjoy success and happiness, and Direction Guardian, choose your path. Oh, Snake, I didn't turn this one over. Shed old skin. So that goes under this one. And then we have these 2. All right. I'll do this. Okay, it's interesting, all the air in your cards in your reading. We have the King of Air and the 5 of Air, which is like swords in traditional decks. And then we have, and swords are about intellect, logic, and communication. With the Unity card, Archangel Sandalphon is the archangel that takes prayers from an individual and gives them to God. So again, it is that message of communication. And then Archangel Gabriel, you see here this trumpet, right? Archangel Gabriel is the messenger of God. So we have Archangel Sandalphon, who takes individuals' prayers, desires, wants, and delivers them to God. And then you have Archangel Gabriel, who delivers God's messages to the masses. So again, another reference to communication. So communication, King of Air, communication, 5 of Air, communication. The porcupine spirit, something interesting about porcupines is their quills are filled with air. And this allows them to be buoyant in water. They can float. And so here is another reference to air, but they're also kind of, they're sharp like swords. So definitely there is something in the answer to your question about communication and changing communication, or not just how you communicate, which the King of Air, of course, is going to be a brilliant communicator, very diplomatic, but also in how you receive what others are communicating. And so with the porcupine, these quills or swords, right, are attached to the body, which is protecting them from potential harm. And so there's this message of, are you perhaps protecting yourself in a way that not only are you protecting yourself from harm, but you're protecting yourself from blessings. And what the card says, time for beginner's mind, that is about staying curious. So you are being encouraged, invited, guided to, in the moment, if somebody delivers information to you, to maybe instead of making a judgment of the information being good, bad, right, or wrong, to stay curious in that moment. Ask questions. You don't have to act on what any one person says, but in that moment, you may receive some insight, whether it's direct or indirectly related to what they say. Make sure that you are allowing the information to come to you. The whole thing with the King of Air is the King of Air, or the King of Swords, will collect information, right? hear all sides. So again, we have the crystal, which has multiple sides. Hear all different perspectives, all different points of view, all different sides of a situation, and then with their intellect and logic, make the best choice for themselves, for their highest good, in a way that's not only for their highest good, but possibly also beneficial for others and definitely not detrimental to others. So there's this message that perhaps you needed to protect yourself, like the porcupine in the past, because maybe others did share or impart some kind of communication knowledge that wasn't beneficial to you. And so you developed this method of, shielding yourself from others, and you don't want to completely wall yourself away from, what other people have to say. You want to expand your knowledge, right? Archangel Gabriel in this deck is like the hanged man, right? So again, there's this idea of going beyond your own perspective and listening to other perspectives. And that's going to make you a better communicator in the long run and help you to diffuse any potential conflicts that may come up. So that's wonderful. The other thing I'm seeing with, the wolf spirit is wolves can live independently and they can also live in a pack. And so that's what I see with you is we have the wolf right underneath Archangel Gabriel awakening with the hangman. So it's saying to expand, again, your circle. So what I see is some kind of shift in your communication style that's going to help you move forward in whatever area that your question pertains to. And for some of you, there is even an invitation to perhaps take a class or go back to school to pursue some kind of learning that includes other people. So, for example, let's say that you are a musician and you've really been trying to promote your music and get your music out there, but you haven't had a lot of success. Perhaps by taking a music class, you don't necessarily need to get a whole degree, but you could enroll in one class at a university or a community center, somewhere where you will have access to a bunch of different things. And again, communication keeps coming up. So let's say that it is, even a community college, right? You take one class and then you find out, oh, this community college has a campus radio station. They have a radio station run by students on campus, but that radio station is broadcast to the whole area. So not just students hear it, but anybody living in that city or that vicinity may hear that, whatever goes on there. So maybe by enrolling in that class, you find out, okay, well, if I also take this RTF class, then I can, connect with somebody who's in the radio station that can help promote my music. And it doesn't have to be music. This is just an example. But I do see something about communication. It can also be maybe how you are getting yourself out there, whether it's music or a product or a service. There's some way to expand how you are putting information out about whatever it is that you're doing in a way that it will reach the people that would be interested in your service, in your product, in your music, in whatever it is that you're trying to promote. And so there's definitely an encouragement to learn, and something about changing your communication, whether it's directly how you listen and how you speak, or how you uh, disseminate information, right? Are you disseminating it on social media? Is there a little tweak you can do? And so, again, you're being invited to be curious, maybe study how other people have done it, enroll in a class perhaps. And what this is going to do is, you are like this crystal, crystals grow. You are going to grow exponentially, and it's going to impact different areas in your life, right? If you could improve your communication style, for example, like the King of Air, then that is going to impact every facet of your life. But what I see is that by engaging in this kind of student mode, embracing being the student and collecting information from anybody and everybody, that you are just going to have this exponential growth, which is really amazing. Very amazing. So, snake shed old skin. So, again, it could be a project that didn't work, but you still want to pursue that interest, um, shedding, letting go of that, but still pursuing music, for example, um, or a communication style, or an advertising or marketing style. Maybe shedding that and looking for new ways to um, communicate your message, whatever that message is, whether it's music or a belief or a service or a product. There's a better way to get that information out to those that would be interested in it. And the other thing that comes to mind is a book that I read, probably like 25 years or more ago, called The Celestine Prophecy, or the Celestian Prophecy, depending on where you're from and how you pronounce it. And there is this message in that book. There's many messages. It's a wonderful book. There's a message in that book about every person that you meet has something to teach you, and you have something to teach them. So there's this exchange of information. Now, it may not be in their words that you learn something. So it may not be that somebody comes and shares with you the best social media algorithm trick. It may be in the way that they say what they say to you, you learn something. So it could go, different ways. One thing is, the way that they communicate to you is so inviting and disarming and charming, that you pick up on a communication style that you think, okay, I can incorporate that. Or it could be the opposite, that somebody says something like, you should do this, you need to do this, and it has the opposite effect, where it kind of turns you off, and you recognize, okay, when somebody speaks this way, it has the opposite effect. And my quills go up. I put up this wall because of the way this person's energy is, or the words that they choose to use. I'm not open to what they're saying. And so what you're learning in that moment, right, is one, what activates certain things in you, and two, most likely if it's activating that in you, it activates also similar reactions in other people. So it could be that you have this shift, this change in perspective, right, like the hangman would, because you see maybe something that you do from by viewing it through somebody else's behavior. So I definitely see a change in your communication style or in the way that you're disseminating information to get your product or service out there, or both, which is amazing. And, you know, what your guides are saying is that you can do whatever you want. You have this direction guardian, choose your path, with multiple faces. And again, just like the crystal has multiple sides, multiple faces, multiple facets, there are so many possibilities for you. And you have the power within you to choose whatever you want. Our futures aren't set in stone. We get to decide where we want to go and how we want to do it. And so, again, there's this message like the King of Air of taking everything into consideration and then using your intuition, your intellect, your logic to make the best choice based on everything that you know. And you will be successful. You have the Sun card. Enjoy success and happiness. Very, very wonderful. That is amazing. I really would like to know if you are writing or creating music or what it is that you're pursuing, because it sounds amazing. And all it takes is just this one little shift of perspective and being curious and open to the idea that everyone you meet, every situation that you encounter is bringing some kind of knowledge and lesson that you will turn into wisdom. Just like the wolf, you will turn it into wisdom and just exponentially grow. Amazing. So excited for you. I hope that this resonated, and if it did, if it helped, please like and subscribe. That helps me know that it resonated and it encourages me to keep providing you with content. Best of luck in your endeavors. Bye.